Mother.
Oh, what do you want?
I've been looking all over for you.
Okay, so you found me. So why don't you just get lost?
I was frantic. I went over to Kelly's and I talked to Rose. She told me you were here.
Fine friend she is.
Don't blame her. I begged her to tell me.
Listen, if you don't mind, I would really like to be alone.
Not now. Not at a time like this.
So what's wrong?
It's Susan.
What now?
She's dead.
Oh?
I heard Scorpio called and said she was murdered tonight. He told Scotty, and Scotty told me. I came to find you as soon as I could.
Oh, my God.
Are you going to be all right?
Jason, is he?
He's missing. No one knows where he is. Mother, I know it's terrible. It's a shock to everybody.
No.
No?
No. I saw it coming.
How?
It was bound to happen, or something like this. She brought it on herself. I told her, I said, Susan, you hate too much, it comes back at you. And it did. And now she's destroyed. I never thought.
We all tried to get through to her mother. She was just such a stubborn woman.
But to kill her blood, who would have done it?
I can't imagine who would do a thing like that.
If only I'd done something.
Oh, Mom, don't blame yourself. You tried everything you could. We all did.
You.
What?
You couldn't.
Mother, I'm just as upset as you are.
Why? Because you couldn't get rid of Susan before this?
You don't know what you're saying.
Heather, did you kill Susan?
Mother!
You answer me!
You don't know what you're talking about.
I know that you and murder are no strangers.
Please, you're upset.
Just let me get your hands off of me.
Mother, please.
And God help you. Because I can't cover for you this time. And if you killed Susan, you deserve whatever you get.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Now, let's go over this one more time, shall we? Exactly what happened from the moment you got to the front door?
We were at the front door. We were about to knock. We heard a scream. We ran upstairs. We found Jackie in the bedroom, and Susan was lying on the floor. That's it.
What were you doing?
She asked us. I assumed it had something to do with Jason.
What about it?
Well, his financial situation. It's no secret we settled quite a generous trust on the little tyke.
So?
Well, she knew how much we cared about the boy, how concerned we were about his welfare. I just assumed she wanted to talk about his future.
So you want me to believe that Susan Baldwin invited all three of you over here at 10 o'clock on a Friday night just to discuss Jason's bank account?
You know, we're all awfully busy during the day. It's very difficult for all of us to get together.
Then you're all in big trouble. And I suggest you all get your acts together. Otherwise, you're going to have all the spare time you can handle in jail.
Oh, Mother, I know you're upset about Susan. I am, too.
Don't make me laugh. Look, you may be able to fool everybody else, but I know my daughter, and you're capable of anything.
Keep your voice down.
Why? Everybody in this town knows what you're like. You and Scotty must have killed Susan.
Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, my God, I was so naive. And you conned me right from the start. I should have listened to her.
She was lying to you.
No, she was desperate. And she was frightened. Because she's the only one who saw through the two of you. And now she's dead because of it.
Mother, you don't know what you're saying.
And I'm partly to blame. God, Susan needed somebody. And I wouldn't believe her.
She thought the world of you, Mother. You meant the world to Susan.
Oh, for all the good it did her. How could I have been so blind?
Mrs. Grant.
Yes.
The
police commissioner would like to talk to you. Well, both of you. You are Heather Weber, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Well, I'll have to ask you both to come along with me.
No?
Yes, ma'am. The commissioner's waiting. We're also searching for the victim's son. Do either of you have any idea where he might be?
Oh, God. Don't tell me anything's happened to the baby.
We don't know that it has, ma'am. We're just trying to locate the boy. Do you have any information as to his whereabouts?
No, I haven't seen him. Did you ask Mrs. Bowman?
Who's that?
She was Susan's housekeeper. She took care of Jason.
Oh, I'll give her a call.
If she doesn't know where he is, I can't imagine where he is.
Well, we'll find him. Now, if you'll just come along with me to Mrs. Baldwin's house, huh?
No, no, no.
I'm afraid I have to insist.
No, I'm not going back there. It's too awful. I just can't.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but you're going to have to. I have orders to bring you there.
Come on, Mother. I'll help you.
Leave me alone. I don't want any more to do with you until I know you had nothing to do with this.
Come on, Mother. It'll be all right. Please. I'm sorry. She's not herself. She doesn't know what she's saying.
We better be going. I'll be right outside.
Here we are.
I'm ready. One more thing. If you had anything to do with Susan's death, you're going to face the consequences on your own. If you're innocent, you have nothing to fear because justice will prevail.
But it already has, Mother. Magnificently. Susan got exactly what was coming to her.
Where is everybody?
Out on Harbor View Road.
What's going on?
Murder one. Sounds like a pretty big deal from what I can tell. They got half the force out there. The whole area's been surrounded.
Just our luck getting stuck here babysitting while the action goes down.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
You got nothing to worry about, cowboy. You're not going anywhere tonight.
I'm just curious.
You know, a lady who used to date Alan Quartermain even had his kid. Oh, she ended up marrying Scotty Baldwin.
Well, what happened?
She bought it, but good. Somebody blew her away a few hours ago. You wouldn't happen to know anything about it now, would you? You know, I just love neighborhood gossip.
Me too, but I can't help you there. I never heard of the lady.
We got the prints and we got the photographs. Yeah. We just about got the main crime scene wrapped up.
Did you get all the measurements?
We got all the measurements.
Oh, excuse me. Right, thank you.
Okay. I want you to make sure that the evidence, location of the evidence...
Yeah, Ramsey here.
Okay.
What? When?
Make sure you put the...
Yeah, good,
location of the
good.
evidence
Get them over
on
here
it.
right away.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
And follow them. So if you put numbers
Sure, you got a
on
minute?
the diagram like that,
At least. I'm not getting anywhere with this lot. News?
Yeah, headquarters got a call from one of the squad cars. They found Alice Grant and her daughter over at a bar right across town.
They're bringing them in?
Yes, right away.
Good.
Wait, there's more. Mrs. Grant told the officer that the deceased housekeeper, what's her name, Mrs. Bowman, sometimes took the little boy Jason over to her place to stay. Headquarters followed it up, called. Little boy's over there safe and sound.
Well, it's something. At least we haven't got a kidnapping to contend with. The murder is more than enough.
Good work.
Well, your son's safe.
Yeah.
Jason? He's fine.
Where was he?
He's with his housekeeper, Mrs. Bowman.
Oh,
Thank God.
Well, what did I tell you?
You didn't tell me anything. You had no idea what had happened.
Look, will you take the doctor's Quartermain to the kitchen, please?
Why?
I wish to speak to your father alone.
Right this way, please.
excuse me. Excuse me.
Well, shouldn't you turn a great big light on me or something?
Well, if you'd feel more comfortable, but I don't think it's necessary.
Let's get on with it. Well, anything I have to say, I can certainly say in front of my son and his wife.
Well, this is nothing quite that dramatic, actually. All I want to do is go over a few minor details, just a formality.
Why is it you fellas always say that when the axe is about to fall?
Well, I guess we all look at the same movies. And now, if you wouldn't mind.
I would.
Force yourself. Actually, I'm curious about your activities early this evening. Shall we?
Do I have a choice?
There's always jail.
Yeah, well, I thought as much. Well, there really isn't all that much to tell. I didn't feel at all hungry tonight, so I decided to skip dinner. Alan and Monica didn't seem to be interested in sitting down to table either. Well, I don't know how you can eat a thing. I'm not the least bit hungry. My stomach's upset just thinking about tonight. And I think I'll go into the den and do some work.
Well, I'm certainly not going to eat alone. In my state, I shouldn't be trusted with a knife and a fork anyway. I'm going to go back to the hospital, do some paperwork I've been avoiding.
Well, if you're all going to be busy, I'm just going to cancel dinner. I'll get your tray, of course, Dr. Quartermain.
Oh, thank you, Stella.
I'll see you later.
See you.
So I went into the den alone and spent the early part of the evening paying bills.
And after that?
After that, it was very simple. I came over here with Alan and Monica.
I see. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Quartermain. That wasn't too difficult now, was it?
That's it.
For now. Take Mr. Quartermain to the kitchen and bring Mrs. Quartermain to me, please.
Very clever.
What's that?
Your strategy, divide and conquer. Did you pick that up from Napoleon or General Patton?
Actually, it was Robert Scorpio during the winter campaign of '83. Not very subtle, but effective.
That remains to be seen.
Oh, come now. Have pity on a poor police commissioner who's using all these pathetic tricks simply to solve a murder.
You're breaking my heart. Break a couple of bones and I tell you anything.
Consider it done. Have a seat. Actually, all I want to discuss is what you were up to earlier this evening.
Well, that isn't worth losing an arm and leg over. Very simple. I had a headache. And I wanted to get some rest before we came here to Susan, so I asked Stella if she would bring my dinner to my room.
Dr. Quartermain.
Oh, yes, Stella, I'm in here.
Here's your food.
Oh, thank you. You can just put it on the bed. I'll take care of it.
All right. Hope you enjoy your dinner.
Well, I'm sure I will. Thank you.
So I changed. I climbed into bed, made myself very comfortable, and basically I just relaxed, had some of my dinner, and actually read a book.
What sort of book?
A mystery.
How appropriate.
So you see, not very exciting, was it?
I'll settle for the truth.
Well, then you're finished with me.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Take Mrs. Quartermain back to the kitchen and bring her husband.
Yes. I thought Neanderthal tactics went out with the Gestapo.
Times are tough. We do what we can.
When do you bring out the rubber hose?
You're out of luck. I left it in the garden.
Pity. Shall we get started?
All I want to know is...
Where I was earlier this evening.
And I wanted to surprise you.
Doesn't matter. I would have said the same thing anyway.
Which is what?
The truth. I went to my office earlier on this evening just to straighten out some medical files.
On a Friday night?
Absolutely on a Friday night. You see, Friday nights are an excellent night to work in the hospital because it's so quiet. I had a very, very busy week, and I wanted to straighten out some of my patients' files, make some notations, and just generally clear up my work. Satisfied?
How long were you there?
Until I had to pick up Monica and my father.
Anyone see you?
No, as I said, the hospital's quiet, rather deserted. I'm not really sure.
Bring the other two in, please.
Will the real murderer please stand up?
I wish it were that simple.
Well?
Oh, very impressive.
Would it be pass or not?
By that, do you mean, can you go home? The answer's yes. If you mean, am I finished with you? Well, that's a new issue.
I think this is the place where he warns us not to leave town.
Something like that. I mean, I wouldn't want you to be away when you remember something that you feel I should know.
Oh, heaven forbid.
Right, we're going to finish, please?
Yeah, family time, sir.
Good. Okay, now everything. You checked all of this case and everything. Anything out of it? That was pretty good.
All that stuff.
Commissioner?
Pretty good shape.
How are we doing?
Just about finished.
Not quite. I want you to check the surrounding area outside the grounds, look for footprints, maybe signs of a forced entry. Anything you think is out of the ordinary.
Fine, okay, let's go, fellas. You heard the commissioner. We'll go outside and check out that. Thanks, Scotty.
See you at the station, Captain.
Yeah, right, thank you. Thanks for your...
Thank you for coming.
I live here.
Where were you earlier this evening?
It's in my office.
Why didn't you answer the phone?
Well, when I work late, I don't pick up the phone. I don't want to be disturbed.
Even in an emergency?
Scotty, you all right?
I could be better. What are you doing here?
Well, I came as soon as I heard.
Well, who told you?
He did. I think you should know I'll help you if I can.
Well, I'm just trying to answer the commissioner's questions, honestly.
You don't have to answer, you know.
I'm just trying to help.
Good. We could use some. Now, where were you before you went to the office this evening?
Well, I came here to talk to Susan, and then I went to the office to do some paperwork.
Did anybody see you there? Anybody visit you in the office?
I don't think so. Why?
I'm just wondering if anybody can substantiate your story.
Are you pressing charges?
I'm just trying to find out who murdered your son's wife. Until I have a suspect, I won't start slinging accusations. Up until then, I'm running blind. John?
Yes, sir.
Bag this too, please.
Okay, fine.
Any idea?
No idea.
One more thing. Why did you go to Heather's apartment when you left the office instead of coming straight home?
I had to pick up some building permits from my secretary.
May I see them?
I don't have them with me. The shock of Susan, I just forgot everything. I came over here.
Well, they couldn't have been too important then, could they?
God forgive you for what you've done. Oh, come in. I heard about Mrs. Baldwin. I'm so sorry. Can I get you anything?
Yes, 3 plane tickets, one way to South America.
I beg your pardon?
Don't worry about it. We're all just a little tired.
Oh, well, Dr. Quartermain, Captain Ramsey called, and he said Jason was safe. He's staying with Mrs. Bowman.
Yes, we heard. Is Mother in bed?
Oh, no, she's in the den with Dr. Putnam. I just didn't have the heart to tell her about Mrs. Baldwin.
Yeah, well, I'm having the same problem.
Thank you very much, Stella.
You're welcome, sir.
Someone is going to have to tell Mother.
All right, but how?
Well, we'll worry about that tomorrow.
Good morning.
Damn. Yes, dear.
I know it's here somewhere.
I was just curious.
Well, I'd like to see it myself. Oh, it's not here either. Oh, there you are. You know, I've been looking everywhere for that darling picture of Celia, and I know it was somewhere in there.
We got to reminiscing, and one thing led to another.
Well, I'm sure it'll turn up, darling. You probably just misplaced it.
Yes, I probably did. I'll look for it in the morning,
Well,
Garth.
it's not necessary, really. I know what my fiancé looks like. Thank you for a wonderful evening. Good night, all.
Good night.
Good night.
Well, how did it go? I mean, are we finished with Susan forever?
Yes, I suppose we are, Mother. Unfortunately, I have to tell you, Mother, that Susan has been murdered.